So there never seems to be a shortage of reels for us to talk about when we talk about our federal government. You know what? I'm going to shift the focus this week, and we've got to talk about the big leader-in-chief, the Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau. You know, he never fails to put his foot in his mouth, but I got to tell you, I just think that he is just given up. Okay, he has lost so much credibility, he isn't even present. I mean, not only am I insulted by most of the stuff that he has to say, and as Canadians, I actually think it's really hypocritical of him to stand in front of so many Canadian flags, but be so focused on screwing every Canadian he can possibly screw. And when we take a look at the big picture, he's out for himself, not us. Let's take a look.
We know we're in challenging times right now in the world. And that's why it's so important that we have a government that continues to roll up its sleeves and take responsible, serious, steady decisions as we're there to support Canadians now and to build a strong and prosperous future.
Hang on. First of all, you notice his sleeves are already rolled up? Like, gee, that's not staged. But how about the fact that he turns around and he says that he's there to support Canadians? Really? I don't see any of that, nor do you. The fact that they're turning around and they're giving a little bit of carbon tax back and a few things here and there, but meanwhile, they are absolutely screwing everybody to the wall, making it impossible. No, they are so hell-bent on giving all of our money and our resources to every other country than worrying about Canada. As soon as stuff like that comes out of his mouth, it starts pissing me off. There's no way that this guy should be able to stand in front of a crowd of people and say, "Rock Canada." Let's take a look.
The Conservative Party continues to offer only insults and attacks on one side and cuts to programs that Canadians rely on the other side. That's not what Canadians need. Canadians need a government with a plan, with the capacity and the ability to continue to deliver even in these complex, challenging times.
Hang on, did he just say what I think he said? Continue to deliver? What? What you've delivered? That's not delivering, that's taking away. I think he missed this as a child. He doesn't understand that when you play in the sandbox, you got to play nice with everybody. He forgot about Canadians. He would rather turn around and just open the floodgates, not worry about housing, not worry about the average Canadian and how they can afford things, than listen to this crap when he turns around and says they got to have a plan. They've never had a plan. All they do is plan on bankrupting Canadians. Let's look.
Actually, what we're doing. 2024 is going to continue to be a challenging year, but we're also going to see a number of bright spots as we come through the challenges of the past few years, and Canada positions itself with all the advantages we have to lead the way on many, many different fronts at a time where the world is facing real issues and difficulties as well. One thing that we always remember is that Canada is the best country in the world, and it's up to us to work hard to make it even better. And that's exactly what we're gathered here in my hometown to do.
You know what? When he turns around and says that, okay, it's more that Canada is a great country. We can be proud to be Canadians despite his efforts, okay? Not in conjunction with his efforts, because he has done everything to trash Canada. He doesn't even know what a Canadian means. Okay, listening to his dribble all the time, it is offensive. And in the end, when he turns around, there's a bright spot. Gee, are you now going to turn around and step down? That would be a great bright spot for 2024. But here's the problem. Who replaces him? That's right, you can't forget about Squiggy. She is sitting there as the Deputy Prime Minister waiting in the wings that if this guy decides to step down. You know what? I can't believe how we are being forced to listen to him all the time talk about what a great job they're doing. They are bottoming out in the polls. He's barely hanging on. Financially, he's trashed Canadians. He has no way out. And what the heck? Why not go on a vacation?
Next morning, Marika Welch with the Globe and Mail. You just laid out the tough economic times that Canadians are facing. You say you're seized with the issue. Did you consider that backdrop when you decided to take an $80,000 free vacation?
As many Canadians did, I stayed with friends over the holidays.
Many Canadians don't have access to a $90,000 free vacation. So So can you just explain a bit more the thinking as to why you take these vacations and how you think Canadians receive them?
Like many Canadians did, I stayed with family friends over the holidays.
Next question.
Oh, how about avoiding that question? I mean, that is just absolutely some of the quintessential gaslighting that this guy has the ability of doing. Hey, by the way, how'd you get there? Oh, that's right. We forgot. You're nailing everybody with carbon tax. How did that jet work for you? And if I'm not mistaken, didn't you have to take 2 on the way back? So let's be real, okay? The average Canadian, when they say they're staying with family and friends, that's probably an hour's drive away, not hopping on, jets. Yes, he's the prime minister. Does that give him the right to be able to jet down with the family, hang out in Jamaica in a luxury resort, gifted to him by, a huge contributor? In the end, why does all this matter to anybody? These are the people that are currently leading us into a position that we have to work ourselves out of. Like I've said before, don't count on the government. People like this are just going to continue to spend all our hard-earned money. Count on yourselves. The one important thing, my message always is control your future. Make sure you own it. Own the one thing that you have the right to own, real estate. Make sure you take care of your family. Make sure you take care of the next generation. That's one of our biggest focuses for the future and the next generation, is making sure at least they have some assets so we don't have to worry about people like this.